Hello, this is Malcolm back for another history video. This time we're doing M2P. We last time finished on Highland Benton Leon. Now let's just go to William Juan, I think it's pronounced Juan, Mackle. Born on the 18th of January 1817. Died on the 12th of August 1891. Yeah, got the tag right. Sorry, the cord on my router hit the wire of the router hit under the door. We had to deal with that. My deepest apologies. Before the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War, he was a farmer in Fairfax County, Virginia. He is buried in Louisville Presbyterian Church Cemetery. He owned several farms in Fairfax County, Virginia. William McRae, born on the 9th of September 1834, died on the 11th of February 1882. Won the Peninsula Campaign, the Second Battle of Borden, or the Battle of the Second Manassas, the Maryland or Antietam Campaign, the Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg, Battle of Fredericksburg, Battle of Bristol Station, Grant's Overland or Wilderness Campaign, the Siege of Petersburg, and the Appomattox Campaign. He was General Superintendent of the Wellington and Manchester Railroad, family descended from the Scottish clan of McRae, and he commanded the Peterborough, Kirkland, and McRae Brigade. John Bankhead Magruder, born on the 1st of May 1807, died on the 18th of February 1871. He fought in the Second Seminole or Florida War, the Mexican-American War, and the American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Peninsula Campaign, the Siege of Yorktown, and the 7 Days Battles or Campaign, and the Battle of Galveston. Above his his nickname was Prince John Magruder, and he was the chief of the Land Office of Colonization before it sadly disappeared. Above his name is his monument. To the right of that is 2 images of him, and to the right of that is him and some other generals. You can see Robert E. Lee in one of them. And below that is the battle map of the Battle of the Seven Pines. William Mahone, I think I said that right, was born the 1st of December 1826, died on the 8th of October 1895, born in the Peninsula Campaign, the Second Battle of Borden, or the Battle of the Second Manassas, the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Battle of Chancellorsville, the Battle of Gettysburg, Grant's Overland or the Wilderness Campaign, the Battle of the Crater, and the Appomattox Campaign. He was a member of the Democratic Party, the Readjuster Party, a local party in, I think it was North Carolina, and the Republican or Grand Old Party was the Virginia, not North Carolina. My apologies. He was a senator for Virginia and was nicknamed Little Billy. Below that is a share in a railroad company, the Atlanta, Mississippi and Olin, I think it says Railroad Company, to be exact. To the right of that is a political cartoon about him. James Patrick Major, born on the 14th of May 1836, died on the 8th of May 1877, fought in the Comanche Wars and the American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Battle of Wilson's Creek or Oak Hill, um, the Vicksburg Campaign and the Red River Campaign or Expedition. Uh, Sorry, I was doing eye stretches. He is buried in Donaldsville, Ascension Parish in Louisiana. His brother-in-law was Paul Octave Hebert. George Earl Meny was born on the 24th of August, 1826. He died on the 9th of February, 1901. He fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Battle of Cheat Mountain or Summit Fort, the Confederate Heartland Offensive or the Kentucky Campaign. The Second Battle of Murfreesboro or the Battle of Stone Rivers. There's the Battle of Chickamauga, the Chattanooga Campaign, the Atlanta Campaign, and the Carolinas Campaign. He was United States Minister to Paraguay and Uruguay, and the United States Minister Resident to Bolivia and Colombia. Arthur Middleton Manigault, born on the 26th of October 1824, died on the 17th of August 1886. He fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. He fought in the Battle of Chapultepec, the Battle and Fall of or Attack on Fort Sumter, the Battle of Stone Rivers, or the Second Battle of Murfreesboro, the Battle of Chickamauga, the Atlanta Campaign, the Battle of Resaca, and the Battle of Franklin. He was adjutant and the Inspector General of South Carolina and buried in Magnolia Cemetery. John Sappington Marmaduke, spelled exactly like the comic, I think, was born on the 14th of March 1833, died on the 24th of December 1887. He fought in the Utah War, the American Civil War. He fought in the First Battle of Boonville, the Battle of Shiloh or Pittsburgh Landing, the Battle of Prairie Grove, the Second Battle of Springfield, the Battle of Hartville, the Battle of Cape Girardeau, the Battle of Helena, the Battle of Bayou Meta or Reed Bridge, the Battle of Bayou Forge or Little Rock, the Battle of Pine Bluff, the Camden Expedition, the Battle of Poison Spring or the Poison Spring Massacre, the Bryce, Missouri Expedition or Raid, and the Battle of Mine Creek or Little Osage. He was the governor of Missouri and was killed by Lucius Marshall or Marsh Walker in a duel. Humphrey Marshall, who was born on the 13th of January 1812, died on the 24th of March 1872. He fought in the Black Hawk War, the Mexican-American War, and the American Civil War. He fought in the battles of Buena Vista, Latin, and Stura, and the Battle of Middle Creek. He was a member of the Confederate States House of Representatives for Kentucky. He was the United States Minister to the Qing Empire of China. James Green Marshall, born on the 14th of February 1916, and died on the 4th of October 1878. He fought in the Aroostook or Madawaska or Pork and Beans War, the Mexican-American War, the Utah War, and the American Civil War. He fought in Grant's Overland or Wilderness Campaign, the Battle of Cold Harbor, and the Siege of Petersburg. He was nicknamed Old One Wing. He was buried in Riverside Cemetery. John Donaldson Martin, born on the 18th of August 1830, died on the 3rd of October, 1862. He fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. He fought in the Battle of Shiloh or Pittsburgh Landing, the Battle of Iuka, and the Second Battle of Corinth. His grandson was George John Donaldson Martin Sr. He is buried in Elmwood Cemetery. William Thompson Martin, born on the 25th of March 1823, died on the 16th of March 1910. He fought in the American Civil War. He was president of the Natchez, Jackson, and Columbus Railroad. He commanded the Jefferson Davis Region, the Martin's Cavalry Division, the Cavalry Corps, and the Longstreet Command. He served in the Mississippi State Department. Sorry about that. The Dabney Herdon Murray was born on the 21st of May, 1822, died on the 11th of January 1900, fought in the Indian Wars, the Mexican-American War, the American Civil War. He authored skirmish drills for mounted troops. He organized the Southern Historical Society. He produced 52 volumes of Southern history and genealogies. And to the left of his name is his command flag. So that could be used as a Confederate symbol if you wish. And below that, to the left, is his statue. Samuel Bell Maxey was born on the 30th of March 1825. He died on the 16th of August 1895. He fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. He was a U.S. Senator for Texas, a member of the Texas Senate, and a member of the Democratic Party of Texas. In the bottom right is his house. Now, a historical site. John McCausland Jr., born on the 13th of September 1836, died on the 22nd of January 1927, fought in the Battle of Fort Donelson, the Battle of Charleston, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864, the Siege of Petersburg, the Battle of Five Forks, and the Appomattox Campaign. He faced arson charges and for the burning of Chambersburg, some random place in the U.S. He purchased 6,000 acres of land and for farming purposes because he was a progressive farmer. William McComb was born on the 21st of November 1828. He died on the 12th of July 1918. He fought in the Battle of Gaines Mill or Chickahominy River, the Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg, the Battle of Chancellorsville or Grant's Overland or Wilderness Campaign, and the Siege of Petersburg. He is buried in Machinesville Cemetery. He erected a flour mill in Cumberland County, and he was a farmer. John Porter McCow, can't speak today, was born on the 19th of August 1815. He died on the 22nd of January 1879. He fought in the Mexican-American War, the Seminole Wars, and the American Civil War. He was a teacher in Knoxville, Tennessee. A type of bird was named after him called the Rhinoceros McCowney in his honor in 1851. He is buried in City Cemetery in Magnolia. To the right of his name is the image of the Battle of Island Number 10, and below that is his battle flag. Looks sort of like the Scottish flag, which is known as the Cross of St. Andrew. Benjamin McCulloch was born the 11th of November 1811. He died on the 7th of March 1862. He fought in the Texan Revolution, the Mexican-American War, and the American Civil War. He owned at least 91 slaves, almost 100, just 9 off. He is buried in State Cemetery and was the sheriff of Sacramento County. Henry Eustace McMulloch, born on the 6th of December 1816, was born on the 12th of March 1895. He fought in the Texas Revolution, the Mexican-American War, and the American Civil War. He was also a trustee of the local Methodist church. He was a Texas Ranger and buried in San Geronimo Cemetery. To the Right of all that information is a picture of him, and to right of all that is a very cool coat of arms that his family had. Very cool. Samuel McGowan, born on the 19th of October 1819, died on the 9th of August 1897, fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War, fought in the Battle of Chapultepec, the Battle and fall of or attack on Fort Sumner, the First Battle of Bull Run, or the Battle of the First Manassas, the 7 Days Battles or 7 Days Campaign, the Second Battle of Bull Run, or the Second Manassas, the Battle of Chancellorsville, and the Battle of Spuddysville's Courthouse. He was an associate judge on the South Carolina Supreme Court and was was a member of the South Carolina House of Representatives. My apologies. James McQueen McIntosh was born in 1828, died on the 7th of March 1862, fought in the Battle of Wilson's Creek or Oak Hills and the Battle of Trustanella. I hope that's a real place, or at least I've said it right. Fought on the Battle of Pea Ridge or Elkhorn Tavern. His younger brother was John Bailey McIntosh. His great-great-uncle was General Lackland McIntosh. He is buried in Fort Smith National Cemetery. Lafayette McLaws, born on the 15th of January 1821, died on the 24th of July 1897, fought in the Mexican-American War and the Utah War and the American Civil War. He fought in the 7 Days Battles or Campaign, the Marion Antietam Campaign, the Battle of Harper's Ferry, the Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg, the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Battle of Chancellorsville, the Battle of Gettysburg, and the Battle of Fort Sanders. He was a tax collector for the IRS, so you know he was popular, and he was the owner of the Atlantic and Mexican Gulf Canal Company. Evander McNair, born on the 15th of April 1820, died on the 13th of November 1902, fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. He's buried in the Magnolia Cemetery, commanded the 4th Arkansas Infantry Regiment, and Vic McNair, Brigade. His wife is Hannah Merrill McNair. To be right of all that information is his statue. Dandridge McRae, born on the 10th of October 1829, died on the 23rd of April 1899, following the Battle of Wilson's Creek or Oak Hill, the Battle of Pea Ridge or Elkhorn Tavern, the Battle of or Action at Cotton Plant or Hills Plantation or Cache Rivers or Round Hill, the Battle of Perry Grove, the Battle of Atlanta, the Battle of the Little Rock Campaign, and the Battle of Fitzhugh Woods. He headed the White County chapter of the Ku Klux Klan. So I think he wasn't an Imperial Dragon. That's an entire region. Okay, I don't think he was a giant. Let me look this up. Come on. That's Ku Klux, but I can't get to the right thing. Fun fact, Ku Klux Klan still has around 5,000 to 8,000 members. Good to know. Okay, titles and vocabulary. No, that's not it. This was no. Leaders of no, that's not it. Structure. Okay, so it's definitely a member. It will be a citizen. Looking for. I think he may have been a knight, possibly. So it's either would be a clan page, a clan spire, or a clan knight. All of the three. Fun facts for all. Anyway, he was also the president of the Bureau for Information in Arkansas. He was indicted for the 1968 murder of Albert Parker. Hugh Weidman Mercer, born the 27th of November, died on the 9th of June, 1877. Forgot the year he was born. It was 1808. He was fought in the Battle of Kennesaw Mountain, or the Battle of Atlanta. He was a commissioned merchant. He is buried in Bonaventure Cemetery. He traveled to a spa resort in Baden-Baden. Yes, that's a real place. It's in Baden, in Germany. Below all that information is his house. William Miller, born on the 3rd of August, 1820, died on the 8th of August, 1909, fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. Fought in the Battle of Perrysville, or the Battle for Kentucky, or the Battle of Chaplin's Hill, the Battle of Stone River, or the Second Battle of Murfreesboro, and the Battle of Natural Bridge. He was the Justice of Peace for Walton County, a member of the Florida House of Representatives and the Senate. Pardon me. Young Marshall Moody, born on the 23rd of June 1822 and died on the 18th of September 1866, was possibly not Moody, and probably not that young. He was 44. He died, most likely. Yeah, probably. If he was born on the 23rd, he probably died when he was 44. So yeah, born in the American Civil War, he was a teacher and was buried in Greenwood Cemetery. He was a circuit clerk, court clerk in Marengo County. John Creed Moore, born on the 28th of February 1824, died on the 31st of December 1910, died on the fought in the Seminole Wars and American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Battle of Shiloh, Pittsburgh Line, the Second Battle of Corinth, the Siege of Vicksburg, and the Chattanooga Campaign. He taught mathematics at a Cornell Institute in San Marco. He was a teacher. To the left of all that information is his grave. Patrick Theodore Moore was born on the 22nd of September 1821. He died on the 19th of February 1883. He fought in the Battle of or skirmish at Blackford Ford, the Battle of Seven Pines or Fair Oak Station, the Siege of Petersburg. He was buried in Shuckle Hill Cemetery. He was an insurgent agent and he owned 5 female slaves. In the bottom right is his grave. John Hunt Morgan, famed for the Morgan raids, was born on the 1st of June 1825, died on the 4th of September 1864, fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. He fought in the Battle of Buena Vista, Battling Obscura, the Battle of Shiloh, Pittsburgh Landing, Battle of Hartsville. He is famous for his Morgan's Raids, or the Cargo Raid, or the Great Raid of 1863, the Battle of Tebbs Bend, or Great River Bridge, the Battle of Croydon, the Battle of Buffington Island, the St. George's Creek Skirmish, the Battle of St. Bill, and the Second Battle of Keller's Bridge. The Second Battle of Cynthia, or the Battle of Keller's Bridge. He was the brother-in-law of the Confederate General Ambrose Powell Hill, Jr. He was nicknamed his nickname was Thunderbolt. To the left of all that knowledge is a statue. Above that is a newspaper article about him and his several wives, which is kind of interesting. Look it up yourself. So the right of that is a Confederate propaganda bit, and to the right of that is a group called Morgan's Men, where he did the raid on. John Tyler Morgan, born on the 20th of June 1824, died on the 11th of June 1907, fought in the American Civil War. He was a U.S. Senator for Alabama. He was the second great dragon of the Ku Klux Klan in Alabama, and would play leading role in the powerful Foreign Relations Committee. He was also famous for doing a bunch of other things, like the Spanish-American War, stuff around Cuba, advocating Hawaii's annexation, and similar things with the Philippines. And look it up for yourself. Above his name is the picture of his granddaughter, or grandniece, which was Zelda Fitzgerald Niessier. Jean-Jacques Alfred Andres, or Alfred Moulton, born the 18th of February 1827, died on the 8th of April 1864, fought in the Battle of Shiloh or Pittsburgh Landing, the Battle of Georgia Landing, the Battle of Labadierville, the Red River Campaign or Expedition, the Battle of Mansfield or Sabine Crossroad. He was a sugarcane grower. He commanded the Louisiana State Militia and the 18th Louisiana Infantry Regiment. He was the son of former Governor of Louisiana, Alexandre Bolton. To the right of all that information is his monument. Thomas Taylor Munford, born on the 29th of March 1831, died on the 27th of February 1918, fought in the First Battle of Bull Run, or the Battle of the First Manassas, the Battle of Keys Cross, or Cross Keys, the Battle of White Oaks Swamp, and the Second Battle of Bull Run, or the Second Manassas, the Battle of Mine Hill, the Battle of South Mountain, or Boonesboro Gap, the Gettysburg Campaign, Bristow Campaign, the Battle of Manassas Gap, or Rapping Heights, the Battle of Five Forks, the Battle of High Ridge, and the Battle of Sailor's Creek. He was Vice President of the Lynchburg Iron, Steel, and Mining Company. He was the President of the Virginia Military Institute and Board of Visitors, and he was a cotton planter. Allison Nelson was born on the 11th of March 1822. He died on the 10th of October 1862. He fought in the Mexican-American War, the Lopez Expedition, which was a filibustering campaign into Cuba, and the American Civil War. He was the mayor of Atlanta. He was buried in Mount Holly Cemetery, a member of the Democratic Party. Francis Redding Terrell Nichols, born the 20th of August 1834, died on the 4th of January 1912. He fought in the Third Seminole or Florida War, the American Civil War. He fought in the First Battle of Bull Run, or the Battle of First Manassas, the Shenandoah, or Jackson's Valley Campaign of 1862, First Battle of Winchester, and the Battle of Chancellorsville. He was governor of Louisiana and the Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court. Lucius Bluninger Northrop, born on the 8th of September 1811, died on the 9th of February 1864. He fought in the Second Seminole War or Florida War and the American Civil War. He was buried in New Cathedral Catholic Cemetery. He was personal friends with Jefferson Davis. He was a commanded the Confederate Commissary Department. Edward Asbury O'Neill, born on the 20th of September 1818 and died on the 7th of November 1890, fought in the American Civil War. He was governor of Alabama and elected to the Alabama Constituent Convention and was chairman of the Committee of Education. Yes, that was both N and O in the same timeline. O has only one general in it, and N has 2 or 3, possibly. Richard Lucius Page, born on the 20th of December 1807, died on the 9th of August 1901. He fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. He fought in the Battle of Part4 and the Siege of Fort Morgan. He is buried in Cedar Grove Cemetery. He was a superintendent in the public school. George Benjamin Palmer, born on the 1st of November 1825, died on the 4th of November 1890, fought in the American Civil War and buried in the city Evergreen Cemetery. Mayor of Murfreesboro, I forgot to put Oven, my apologies. He was elected to the Tennessee General Assembly. Mosby Monroe Parsons, born on the 21st of May 1822, died on the 15th of August 1865. He fought in the Mexican-American War, the American Civil War, and the Second Franco-Mexican War, or the French intervention in Mexico. So when France invaded Mexico that one time, and tried to make it a puppet emperor. The battle he fought in were the Battle of El Bracito, or Bracito, the Battle of Sacramento, or Sacramento River, the Battle of Boonville, the Battle or engagement near Carthage, the Battle of Wilson Creek or Oak Hill, the Battle of Prairie Grove, the Battle of Helena, the Battle of Pleasant Hill, the Battle of engagement near Jenkins Ferry, and Price's Missouri Expedition or Raid. He was a Missouri State Senator, and his son is Tierney Parsons. Alicia Franklin Paxton, born on the 4th of March 1828, died on the 3rd of May 1863. He fought in the American Civil War. His nickname was Bull, so Bull Paxton. He was an American warrior and buried in Oak Grove Cemetery. Above his name is the battle map of Chancellorsville. To the right of that is an image of him. To the right of that is the battle map of the First Battle of Bull Run. William Henry Fitzhugh Pay, born the 27th of January 1803, died on the 29th of March 1904, for the American Civil War, was the General Counsel for the Southern Railroad Company, a member of the Virginia House of Delegates. His wife was Mary Elizabeth Woodson Payne. William Rayner Peck, born on the 31st of January 1818, died on the 22nd of January 1871. For the American Civil War, he was the largest Civil War general, standing at 6 feet and 6 inches tall. His nickname was Big Peck, which could also make it as a sort of a dick joke. Haha. A joke about the penis. You get it. He was the signatory of the Louisiana Orders on Secession. To the left of that information is an image of him. To the left of that is his grave. John Brigham, born on the 24th of January 1832, he died on the 6th of February 1865. He fought in the West Virginia or Rich Mountain Campaign, the Battle of Rich Mountain itself, the Confederate Heartland Offensive, or the Kentucky Campaign, the Stone River Campaign, the Chickamauga Campaign, Slouch Overland or Wilderness Campaign, the Richmond-Petersburg Campaign, and the Battle of Hatcher's Run. He became the first former U.S. Army officer to be captured in Confederate service. His wife is Hetty Kari. He is buried in Richmond Hollywood Cemetery. To the right of all the information is a picture of his wife. John Clifford Pemberton, born on the 10th of August 1814, died on the 13th of July 1881, fought in the Second Seminole or Florida War, the American War, and the American Civil War. The battle he fought then were the first and second battles of Loxahatchee, the battles of Palo Alto, the battle of Resaca del Palma, the battle of Monterrey, the siege of Veracruz, the battle of Sierra Gorda, the battle of Churubusco, the battle of Molino del Rey, the battle of Chapultepec, the battle of Champions Hill or Baker's Creek, the battle of Big Black River Bridge, and the siege of Vicksburg. He led the Army of Virginia. He had a feud with Joseph Eggleston Johnston. William Dorsey Pender, born on the 6th of February 1834, died on the 18th of January 1863. Fought in the Indian Wars and the American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Battle of Seven Pines or Farragut Station, the Battle of Cedar or Slaughter Mountain or Cedar Run, the Second Battle of Bull Run or the Battle of Second Manassas, the Battle of Harper's Ferry, the Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg, the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Battle of Chancellorsville, and the Battle of Gettysburg. His cousin was Robert Rufus Bridger. He had 21 slaves. William Nelson Pendleton, born the 26th of December 1809, died on the 15th of January 1883, died on the American Civil War. He was one of the institutors of the myth of the lost cause of the Confederacy. His nickname was Person. He is buried in Oak Grove Cemetery. Abner Morrow Perrin, born the 2nd of February 1827, died on the 12th of May 1864. The battle he fought in was the 7 days battles or campaign, the Battle of Cedar or Slaughter Mountain or Cedar Run, the Second Battle of Bull Run or the Battle of Second Manassas, the Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg, the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Battle of Gettysburg, the Battle of the Wilderness, and the Battle of Warrensville Courthouse. His brother was Robert Oliver Perrin. He had 2 children. Edward Ellsworth Perry, born on the 15th of March 1831, died on the 15th of October 1889, fought in the Peninsula Campaign, in the Battle of Chancellorsville, the Bridgestone Campaign, the Battle of the Wilderness, and the Siege of Petersburg. He was governor of Florida. He was the judge of the Escambia County Court. He was outspoken opposition to carpetbaggers, Northerners stealing all the money from the South, or all the land from the South. William Frank Perry, born on the 12th of March 1823, he died on the 18th of December 1901, fought in the American Civil War. He was professor in the English philosopher at Ogden College. He was president of the East Alabama Female College and was buried in Fairview Cemetery. James Johnston Pettigrew, born on the 4th of July 1828, on the 17th of July 1863, fought in Battle of Seven Pines or Farragut Station, the Battle of Fort Anderson, the Battle of Deep Gully, the Battle of Gettysburg, and the Battle of Williamsport or Hagerstown or Boiling Water. He offered boost on Spain and the Spaniards in the summer of 1859, where they landed at Sardinia. He was an American lawyer. He was elected to the South Carolina House of Representatives. To the east of his name is a plaque for him, and below that is his statue. Edmund Winston Pettus was born the 6th of July 1821, died on the 27th of July 1907. He was fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Stone Rivers Campaign, the Vicksburg Campaign, the Chattanooga Campaign, the Atlanta Campaign, the Carolinas Campaign. He was a U.S. Senator for Alabama and was Grand Dragon of the Alabama Ku Klux Klan. John Edward Pickett, known for the Picket Line, born on the 16th of the Picket Line, Pickett's Charge, born on the 16th of January 1825, died on the 30th of July 1875, born the Mexican-American War, Pig War, and the American Civil War, fought in the Battle of Chapultepec, the Peninsula Campaign, the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Siege or Battle of Suffolk, the Battle of Gettysburg, the Second Battle or Sultan Petersburg, the Battle of Five Forks. Cousin with Henry Heth. He was one of the commanders at the Pickett's Charge, the most prominent one, to be exact. Below the information is in the bottom right is the painting of Pickett's Charge, and to the left of that is his grave. Personally, I would say it's a mausoleum. Albert Pike, born the 29th of December 1809, died on the 2nd of April 1891, fought in the Mexican-American War in the American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Battle of Buena Vista and Stura and the Battle of Pea Ridge or Elkham Tavern. He is a member of the fraternity of the Fraternal Independent Order of Odd Fellows. He was also published a book called Morals and Dogma of the Ancient Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. He was a Freemason. To the bottom right of that knowledge is his statue. Gideon Johnston Pillow, born the 8th of June 1806, died the 8th of October 1878. He fought in the Mexican-American War, the American Civil War, the Battle of Soto or Sierra Gordo, the Battle of Chapultepec, the Battle of Belmont, the Battle of Fort Donelson, and the Second Battle of Murfreesboro or the Battle of Stone Rivers. He was a floor leader in the support for the nomination of fellow Tennessee James K. Polk in the 1844 Democratic National Convention. He has a fort named after him called Fort Pillow. To the right of his name is a political cartoon of him. Prince Camille Armand Jules Marie de Polignac, Prince of Polignac, born the 16th of February 1832, died the 15th of November 1813, born in the Crimea War, the American Civil War, and the Franco-Prussian War or Franco-German War of 1870. Nicknamed Prince Polecat, he was the last living Confederate Major General. There was the Brigadier General who survived him. He is buried in Hortenstrade Hop or Frankfurt Main Cemetery. Leonidas Polk, born the 10th of April 1806, died on the 14th of June 1864. He fought in the Battle of Belmont, the Battle of Shiloh, Pittsburgh Lane, the Battle for Kentucky, or the Battle of Perrysville or Chaplain's Hill, the Battle of Stone River, or the Second Battle of Murfreesboro, the Battle of Chickamauga, the Meridian Campaign or Expedition, the Atlanta Campaign, and the Battle of Marionette. He founded the Protestant Evangelical Church in the Confederate States of America. It was nicknamed the Suwance, was Swansea's fighting bishop, or Bishop Polk. He was bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Louisiana. And in the top right is St. John's Church. Lucius Eugene Polk, born on the 10th of July, 1833, died on the 1st of December, 1892, fought in the Battle of Slough, Pittsburgh Landing, the Battle of Richmond, the Battle of Kentucky or Perrysville, or the Battle of Shepherd's Hill, the Battle of St. Louis, or the Second Battle of Murfreesboro, the Battle of Chickamauga, the Chattanooga Campaign, the Battle of Ringgold Gap, the Battle of Kennesaw Mountain, and he was elected to the Tennessee Senate. He was nephew to Leonidas Polk, who told us just previously. He received high praise from Confederate soldier Sam Watkins, who wrote on him in his book, Colonel Atchit H. In every battle he was engaged in. Cornet Posey, born on the 5th of August, 1818, died on the 13th of November, 1863. He fought in the Mexican-American War, the American Civil War. He was a Mississippi planter. He was a lawyer and had 6 children. John Smith Preston. He was born on the 10th of April 1809. He died on the 1st of May 1881. He fought in the American Civil War. He was a state delegate to the Virginia Secession Convention. He commanded the Bureau of Conscription. He was elected to the South Carolina state election. To the left of that knowledge is his address, or speech, on why Virginia should leave South Carolina. No, it's Commissioner from South Carolina to the Convention of Virginia, which was in the 19th of February, 1861. The one looks like a 4. William Preston III. Yes, there were 2 William Prestons before him. Born the 16th of October, 1816, died the 21st of September, 1881, fought in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. He was the envoy extraordinary to the minister plenipotentiary for the Confederacy to Maximilian I, Emperor of Mexico. He was the U.S. Minister to Spain, U.S. Minister of Spain. His grandson was Preston Brown and Wycliffe Preston Draper. I think Preston Brown, probably getting these confused, but one of them, I think it was Preston Brown, was a World War I veteran, and Whitfield Preston Draper was a scientist that tried to prove eugenics was correct. Read into that as much you will. Sterling Price, born on the 20th of September, 1809, died on the 29th of September, 1867. He fought in the 1838 Missouri Mormon War, the Tau Revolt, the Mexican-American War, and the American Civil War. The battles he fought in were the Battle of Canada, used with the Battle of Canada, the Battle of Embunda Pass, the Siege of Pueblo de Taos, the Battle of Santa Cruz de Rosario, sorry about that, just stretching eyes. Battle of engagement near Carthage, the Battle of Wilson's Creek, or the Battle of Oak Hill, or the first battle or siege of Lexington, or Camp Bales, the Battle of Pea Ridge or Elkhorn Tavern, the Battle of Iuka, the Second Battle of the Battle of Helena, the Little Rock Campaign, the Camden Expedition, and the Price, Missouri Expedition or Raid. He was governor of Missouri. He was a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from Missouri. Above all that information is a battle map of the entirety of the American Civil War. Diagonally of that, in the bottom left, diagonally, is the battle map of the Mexican-American War. Diagonally again, this time to the top left, is the Oregon Territory, and the top left is the battle map of the Missouri-Mormon War. And finally, this is the final guy, Roger Atkinson Pryor, born on the 19th of July, 1828, died on the 14th of March, 1919. He fought in the Peninsula Campaign, the Second Battle of Bull Run, or the Battle of Second Manassas, and the Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg. He was a delegate from Virginia to the Original Confederate Congress. He was a member of the Confederate State House of Representatives from Virginia. He was a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from Virginia. To the left of Formation and south, you can see him looking at Abraham Lincoln's portrait. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed so far. Hope to see you next time. This has been Mountain Limited signing out with another history video. Next time will be Q to T. From the beginning of Q to the end of T. Hope you enjoy. And thank you. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.